Good morning, it is Monday the 17th of November and it is 11:15. So I wasn't really going to come out and do any Ubering, but I thought because it's so cold I might give it a go. So yeah, come out this morning, I had a private job. Straight after that I've gone into my school contract. I've dropped them off and then basically I've just been running around doing some errands. I've just had to call past the post office and whatnot. So yeah, I thought I might as well log on, do a bit. With it being freezing, everything was all frozen this morning. So that's what I love about my car. I can sit inside, press a button, everything all heats up, the seats come on, everything, you get it nice and toasty, drive away, job's a good one. And then on top of that, it's not, I know some cars did have that. Like years ago I had a Range Rover that done that, but it was really crap. You turned it on and obviously it drinks away at your fuel. So obviously when you do it with an EV, because the car's still plugged in, it's not using the power from your battery, so you're not getting in your car thinking, bloody hell, like I've used a couple of percent of my battery to preheat my car. It just takes it from the house because basically it's already plugged in. So yeah, I'll go on and I'll pass it about for a bit, see what's happening. But you know me, if nothing's happening over the next hour or two, then I might as well just go home. But there's no harm in trying, so I will I'll give you an update just before 12 o'clock. So it's just creeping up to 12 o'clock. Started before, it was 10 to 11, so technically done in an hour and 10 minutes. I've done 2 jobs. So the first one wasn't too far from where I was. I'll just ignore that one. It was in Ormskirk and it was going towards like Switch Island, so it was technically kind of like Liverpool. I don't want to these going because it's only one lane, mate. Like the way that you come up to a roundabout, it's one lane and people think, oh, I cut down the inside because I can't be arsed waiting. So yeah, it was £8, 8p. That was going from Ormskirk down towards kind of classed as Bootle. That was a 22-minute job, which was 7.5 miles. So I thought, well, I'll take that because it was just in a straight line, just going down the bypass there. Turned round after I dropped in, started heading back towards Ormskirk, and then a job popped up, which was basically Formby, right in like the national park bit there, coming pretty much back to where I was before, just near like Switch Island. It was paying £17.27. It was a 22-minute job going 7.9 miles. Now I did run 19 minutes to the job as well, but again it was just all bypass, picked them up, all bypass. So it was like basically a 40-minute job, but the way I seen it was, for a weekday for 40 minutes, that's good going for Uber. If you're not looking at the mileage, because the mileage, I know it was like an 8-mile job, it was 8 miles to get there, so you're not far off £1 a mile, but unless you're running around on like a big gas guzzler or something, it's not about like the mileage anymore. Okay. It's all these like little Liverpool jobs that are coming up now because I'm down this way. So yeah, for me it's all about the time, because obviously I'm still running off a home charge now, so I'm running around on 3p a mile. So yeah, I took that, just dropped him off. He'd been to see it, it was like his dad lives up there in this nice house. It was right into the reserve. I was like, wow, really nice location this. He was like, oh yeah, he said you rent it off the National Trust. He said you have to be interviewed and everything before they'll even like lease the house to you. So yeah, I dropped him off anyway, had a chat to him. Interesting guy, does lots of like charity work, and he's been over to like Ukraine and all that. He was like, oh yeah, we had to take the vehicles in at night to drop them off so the drones couldn't chase us. He said, but all my sons have been telling me off, so I'm not allowed to do that anymore. I mean, I'm all for people doing charity work, but yeah, going over to Ukraine and having drones chasing you about, it's a bit next level, that like. So yeah, I've just done them 2 jobs in the past hour and 10 minutes, and I'm on £25.35. So for a weekday on Uber, that's good basically. So yeah, see what happens over the next hour. So a little update, it's just coming up to 2 o'clock, so I've just logged off because I'm going to nip home, have a little bit of a break, and then I've got my school contract work. So past 2 hours were a little bit slower, to be fair, which I kind of half anticipated really with it being a weekday. So yeah, I started off, It was a priority job, £6.39. That was again just knocking round Ormskirk. That was a 6-minute job going 3 miles. Then had another little small job, £3.78. Again round Ormskirk. 4-minute job going 1.2 miles. Still in that same hour, £3.76. That was a 3-minute job going 1.1 miles. And then that pretty much took me up to the end of that hour. After that I only really had like 2 jobs. So the first one started off was like an Ormskirk to Bearscough, outskirts of Ormskirk there. £4.71. It was an 11-minute job going 4.2 miles. And then when I was in Bearscough I then picked up a job which was Bearscough to Skem, which is quite handy. £12.42. It was a 25-minute job going 9.4 miles. Dropped them off. There was a little bit of confusion because where it took me to was basically just down like this little dead end, because he's just put in a postcode, there was no address. So I just said to him, oh, just anywhere here, mate, because there was 2 of them in the back, and he sat with his like back to me kind of thing, and he was like, yeah, just all the way down to the end and then turn right. And I'm like, it's a dead end, mate. So he turns around and he was like, oh, this isn't it, we're supposed to be going to like such and such a house. I was like, oh, I don't know what it is. I said, I'll start reversing on to it anyway while you try and find it. So he's having a look on the Uber app and she's looking on Google Maps. And then she goes, she says to him, oh yeah, it's another 4-minute drive. So I said to him, I said, you're going to have to update the app. I said, Uber doesn't like it if you don't put, you know, a street name in or a house number. If you just put in just the postcode, it's very hit and miss where it's going to take you. So he types in another type of address, and then we set off. And then I'm looking at the map and I said, even when I go to this destination now, it's still taking me to like a housing estate. So Google Maps this time round, because when I swipe up put navigate, I'll put Google Maps, which comes up on my dash, but then the Uber app is obviously still on my phone. So on Google Maps it was basically going back out to where I was, going round 2 roundabouts and then going back in the turning before the one we had taken, which took them to some sort of like medical centre, whereas the Uber app was just taking them just randomly somewhere again. So yeah, I followed the Google Maps and got them to it anyway. So that was it. There was a slight increase on that job. And then after that was it. So basically I dropped them off. It was around 12:30. I've just started slowly heading, sorry, 12:30, 1:30. Started slowly heading back into Ormskirk. So yeah, I've done that's me. I've done probably about 3 hours, is fair to say. I've done £56.41. So that's working out, I think it was about £18.50 an hour when I had a look, about £18.60 or something. So it wasn't too bad, to be fair, for what it was. Yeah, and that's about it. So not too bad, I suppose, for a weekday. There was other jobs coming up, in all fairness, some that I may have been tempted to take. Like there was the odd one popped up to Liverpool city centre there. It was like an XL, it was like £34 or something. So it's about an hour, but I probably would have took it being a weekday. I wouldn't have taken it on a weekend. There was another one going towards Chorley. They say it was going to be about half an hour, but again it was offering like £21. Again, I would have took that if it didn't have the school contract workbook. So yeah, to be fair, there was a couple of jobs popping up, but there wasn't any like smaller ones I could have done to fit in around what I was doing. So yeah, I reckon I could have carried on and obviously made a bit more my hourly rate, and I reckon we'll probably would have stayed the same. So yeah, I'm going to go in for a couple of hours anyway. Well, not so long now. Obviously I need to go out to do the school contract, but then when I get back from there I'll be stopping in for a couple of hours. I'll put the bus on charge whilst I'm at home, and then I might come back out again later on, maybe 6-7 o'clock. Might come out for a couple of hours, see if anything's happening. Yeah, that's about it. So either this is the end of the video and that's what I've made, or I'll see you this afternoon / this evening. So good evening. I decided to come back out. It wasn't until about 7:15, and it's just coming up to 9 o'clock now. and it's just gone completely dead. So yeah, I've been out, I've done almost another 2 hours. So it started off not too bad, to be honest. I had a little Ormskirk to Skem, £6.33. It was a 6-minute job going 2.1 miles. After that, I was around Skem for a while. I done a little Skem to Skem. It was a multi-drop. It felt more like a drug run, to be honest, to pick some guy up. Just went to one house and then took him back to his again. So that was £9.52, and an 11-minute job going 4.6 miles. Another Skem to Skem, £5.21, 6-minute job going 3.1 miles. And then that was pretty much the hour, because that next job went into the next hour. Yes, that first hour was like £21, so I thought it was not too bad. And going into the second hour, well, almost, it was like 11 minutes past 8. £9.10 for a 10-minute job going 3.8 miles. That took me back into Ormskirk. And then when I was in Ormskirk, I'd done a little £3.78 for a 3-minute job going 0.9 of a mile. So that was what, 25 to 9, and then it's been like 20 minutes and nothing has come through. So I thought, I've had enough, I'm going home. So yeah, that second hour was only about like £14. So obviously massive difference, isn't there, when you're looking at your rate hourly average. But yeah, that's about it. So all in today, I've done 3 hours this morning. Now, I've been quite busy because obviously, like, I've had my private job, then I've had my school contract, then I've done 3 hours of Uber, then I've done my school contract, had a couple of hours off, charged back up, and then I've come back out to do like little 2 hours. So outside of Uber, I've been quite busy, but Uber hours I've only done 5 hours. So it was started off this morning. First hour was like £25 for the first hour, and then after 3 hours I was on £18 an hour. So now that I've done 5 hours, I've gone just over £90 for the 5 hours. Keeps me at £18 an hour again. So it's not too bad, I suppose, for a weekday. You know, bit of a split shift in between, whatever. So yeah, all in all, can't massively complain. It's just gone really quiet now. A job did pop up before, in all fairness. I think I was near Skem. It was like Skem over to Warrington or something. I don't think it was too bad of a job. It was like 28 quid, but I thought, I can't be bothered taking that now and getting all the way over to Warrington and then trying to make my way back and trying to pick jobs up, you know, at that time of night on a Monday night all the way back from Warrington. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, couldn't be faffed. But yeah, there's nothing else going on around here. You know, there's still loads of bars open and everything, but it's just nothing happening. You know, I've been sat here 20 minutes. So yeah, that's about it. I'll call that there. I might be out tomorrow morning and I'll do a bit of an Uber shift until I do my school contract, because they've cancelled for first thing in the morning. So I might just do a school run myself, as in, you know, take my own son to school, and then just come out and do some Uber from then until when I do the school contract in the afternoon. So yeah, might do that. So I will catch you on tomorrow's video.